All right, now welcome to the channel. I'm Patrick, and today we're going to talk about something real, something powerful, something that shapes the very fabric of our lives. Great fathers. Now, let me tell you something straight up. A great father is not born in the delivery room. Nah. He ain't magically imbued with all the wisdom and patience the moment that baby takes its first breath. No, sir. A great father is shaped, molded, and refined through daily choices, through countless selfless acts, and through an enduring, unwavering love. He's built, brick by brick, decision by decision, sacrifice by sacrifice. It's a journey, not a destination, you hear me? He is the seed of discipline, planted early, watered with consistency, and tended with care, so that his children grow up strong, knowing right from wrong, understanding boundaries and respect. And he's the foundation of sacrifice, the bedrock upon which a family's security and dreams are built. This ain't about grand gestures all the time, it's about the quiet sacrifices, the ones nobody sees, the extra hours at work, the dreams deferred, the needs put aside so his children can have what they need, and sometimes what they just want. That's the kind of strength, the kind of love we're talking about today, the kind that doesn't ask for a spotlight. Think about it. Like the sun that rises each morning, a great father is often unnoticed yet absolutely essential. He brings warmth to the home, guidance when the path is dark, and provision day in and day out, without ever asking for a round of applause or a thank you note. He's just there, steady and constant, a quiet force of nature in his family's life. And that, my friends, is a power and a beauty that deserves to be celebrated, to be understood, and to be honored. So lean in, because we're about to break down what truly makes a father an unsung hero. See, when we talk about a father leading by example, we ain't just talking about him telling his kids what to do. Oh no, it goes way deeper than that. Integrity, honesty, humility, and that all-important resilience. These ain't just virtues he preaches from a soapbox. They are principles he lives by, day in and day out. His life is the lesson plan. His actions are the textbook. Kids, they got radar for hypocrisy, you know? They see everything, they hear everything, and they remember everything. So when a father embodies these qualities, he's not just teaching, he's engraving them onto the hearts of his children. It's about being the man you want your son to become, and the kind of man you want your daughter to seek. Think about this scenario. He's at the store, right? Cashier gives him too much change, nobody's looking. He could easily pocket that extra 10, 20 bucks. Easy money. But what does he do? He points it out, he gives it back. His child standing right there beside him sees this. No big speech, no lecture needed. In that one small quiet moment, that child learns a mountain about integrity, about honesty, about doing the right thing, even when it's not the easy thing, even when nobody would know the difference. That's a lesson that sticks, folks. That's the kind of teaching that shapes character for a lifetime. It ain't about the words, it's about the walk. Like the great Webb Du Bois said, children learn more from what you are than what you teach, and ain't that the truth? You can talk till you're blue in the face about being honest, but if they see you cutting corners, if they see you telling little white lies, then all your words just become noise. But when they see you live in it, when they witness your character in action, that's when the real learning happens. That's when they catch the spirit of who you are. And that, my friends, is the foundation of true leadership in the home. It's about being a living example of the values you want to instill. Now let's talk about sacrifice. And I mean the real kind, the kind that often goes completely unnoticed, unthanked, and unspoken. Behind every confident child, every child who feels safe enough to dream big, there's often a father who chose self-denial, who put his own ambitions on the back burner, who quietly shouldered burdens so his family wouldn't have to. This ain't about being a martyr, it's about a profound, protective love. It's about understanding that sometimes your greatest contribution is paving the way for someone else's journey, especially your children's. It's the quiet strength that says, your future is worth more than my present comfort. Imagine this. A man, young, full of artistic talent, dreams of painting masterpieces, of seeing his work in galleries, but then life happens. Kids come along, and that dream, it gets packed away in a dusty attic, replaced by the steady paycheck of a job that might not feed his soul, but it sure feeds his family. It ensures his children can go to school, can pursue their own passions, can dream freely without the weight of financial insecurity. He doesn't complain, he doesn't wear it like a badge of honor, he just does it. He trades his canvas for their future. That's a sacrifice made in the quiet chambers of a father's heart, a silent symphony of love. Antoine Francois Prévost once said, The heart of a father is the masterpiece of nature, and when you think about these silent sacrifices, these daily acts of putting others first, you understand the depth of that statement. It truly is a masterpiece crafted with threads of selflessness, strength, and an unwavering commitment. It's the late nights working to make ends meet, the missed ball games because of a second job, the old worn-out shoes he keeps wearing so his kids can have new ones. These are the brushstrokes of a father's love, painting a picture of security and opportunity for his children, often without them ever knowing the full cost. Alright, let's get into a topic that sometimes gets a little tricky: discipline. Now, in the hands of a great father, discipline ain't about punishment, it ain't about breaking a child's spirit, and it certainly ain't about ruling with an iron fist. No, sir. Discipline, when done right, is about training. It's guidance. It's about teaching responsibility, respect, and the consequences of choices, all wrapped in a whole lot of love and patience. It's about building character, not instilling fear. It's about helping them navigate the world, not just punishing them when they stumble. There's a world of difference, y'all. Think about your teenage son. He breaks curfew. Again. Now, the easy response, the knee-jerk reaction might be to yell, to ground him for life, to come down hard. And sometimes firmness is needed, don't get me wrong. But a great father, he takes a breath. He doesn't lash out in anger, because anger clouds judgment. Instead, he sits his son down, he talks, he listens. He explains why the curfew exists, for safety, for responsibility. He outlines the consequences, not as a power trip, but as a natural outcome of the choice made. He teaches responsibility through that conversation, through those clearly defined consequences, not just through a loud voice or a heavy hand. Billy Graham hit the nail on the head when he said, "A good father is one of the most unsung, unpraised, unnoticed, and yet one of the most valuable assets in our society." And a big part of that value lies in how he shapes his children through loving discipline. It's about setting boundaries because you love them, not because you want to control them. It's about teaching them that actions have repercussions, both good and bad. It's the steady hand that guides them back to the path, the calm voice that explains the why, and the loving heart that assures them that even when they mess up, they are still loved. That's discipline that builds, that doesn't break. Chapter 4. Now, society for the longest time has pushed this image of the father as the strong, silent type. You know, the stoic provider, the rock, the man who keeps his emotions locked down tight. And while there's strength in stoicism, let me tell you, true greatness in fatherhood also lies in emotional availability, in being present not just in body but in heart and spirit. It's about connecting on a deeper level, showing your kids that it's okay to feel, it's okay to express, and that you're there to share in their joys and their sorrows. That emotional connection is a lifeline for a child. Picture this. Your little girl has her first piano recital. She's nervous, her hands are clammy. She gets up there and maybe she misses a few notes, maybe she stumbles a bit. A father who is just physically present might clap politely, but an emotionally present father, he's in that audience, his eyes locked on her, sending waves of encouragement. He's feeling every note with her, and afterwards, win or lose, perfect performance or a little shaky, he's the first one there with a big hug, telling her how proud he is of her courage, of her effort. He's not just celebrating the performance, he's celebrating her. What that little girl learns in that moment is huge. She learns that her father's love isn't tied to her being perfect. It's not conditional on her success. It's tied to his presence, his unwavering support, his acceptance of her flaws and all. He teaches her that she is valued for who she is, not just for what she does. That kind of emotional security, folks, that's priceless. It builds a foundation of self-worth that will carry her through life's challenges. So dads, don't be afraid to show up, to feel, to connect. Your emotional presence is one of the greatest gifts you can give. Chapter 5. Being a father, a truly great father, it means you're an architect of the future. You're laying down bricks for a foundation, for a structure, for a legacy that you may never fully walk in or see completed, but you build it anyway, with faith and with foresight. This ain't just about the here and now, it's about thinking generations ahead. It's about understanding that your role encompasses the spiritual, the practical, and the provisional aspects of your children's lives. It's a trinity of care. He prays for them, he plans for them, and he provides for them. Each one is vital. Imagine this man, before the sun even thinks about cracking the horizon, before his children stir from their sleep, he's there. Maybe he kneels beside their beds, whispering prayers for their protection, for their guidance, for their future. He's covering them in a way that goes beyond the physical. Then, later in the day, his mind is on the practical. He's looking at the bills, he's thinking about college funds, he's opening a savings account, even if it means cutting back on his own comforts, sacrificing that little extra for himself. He's not just thinking about today's meal, he's thinking about their stability, their education, their marriages, their ability to stand on their own 2 feet someday. The good book says in Proverbs 27, "The righteous man walks in his integrity. His children are blessed after him." And that's the essence of it right there. His prayers are an investment in their spiritual well-being. His planning is an investment in their earthly future. And his provision, the hard work he puts in day after day, that's the tangible expression of his love and responsibility. He's not just providing food and shelter, he's providing opportunity, he's providing a launching pad, he's providing a sense of security that allows his children to flourish. That's a father who understands the assignment. Chapter 6. Now this is a delicate dance, this fatherhood thing. It requires a wisdom that knows when to stand firm like an oak tree, and when to be as gentle as a spring breeze. True strength in a father isn't just about being tough all the time. It's also about knowing when to say no, when to enforce a boundary, when to hold the line for what's right and safe. That's the firm part. But equally important is the wisdom to know when to say yes, when to yield, when to offer comfort, and when to be tender. It's about finding that perfect balance. And that, my friends, is an art form honed over years of love and experience. Let's say his child comes home with a failing grade on a big exam. They're crushed, tears welling up, feeling like a complete failure. Now, a father who's all firm and no tender might scold, might lecture about not studying hard enough, might make the child feel even worse. But a great father, he sees the heartbreak first. He doesn't start with a reprimand. He offers a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on. He validates their feelings of disappointment. That's the tender part. He lets them know it's okay to fail, it's okay to be upset, because failure is a part of learning. But then, after the tears have dried, after the comfort has been given, that's when the firm but supportive side kicks in. He doesn't just leave it at there. He rolls up his sleeves. He says, "All right, let's figure out what happened. Let's make a plan." Maybe he sits down with them every night to help with homework, to find a tutor, to encourage better study habits. He's not just being soft, he's being strong in his support, firm in his expectation that they will try again, that they will learn from it. That's the beautiful balance. The tenderness to heal the hurt, and the firmness to guide them towards improvement and resilience. So, to all you fathers out there, striving, working, loving, and leading, especially those of you who feel like you're still becoming, still learning, still growing into this incredible role, I want you to hear this loud and clear. You may not always see the results of your labor immediately. Your child may not always say thank you in the way you expect, or when you expect it. There will be days you feel like you're talking to a brick wall, days you feel unappreciated, days you wonder if any of it is even sinking in, but know this. Deep in your spirit, you are making a difference. Every seed of effort you sow, every late night, every early morning, every tough conversation, every quiet sacrifice, every moment of patience, will become a tree of legacy tomorrow. Your presence, your protection, your guidance, your love, it all matters more than you can possibly imagine. You are not just raising a child, you are shaping a generation. You are laying a foundation for the future, not just for your family, but for the world. Someone once said, being a father is the single greatest feeling on earth. Not money, not cars, not fame. Nothing compares to being someone's daddy. And that, folks, is the gospel truth. So, rise each day with resolve. Walk in integrity because little eyes are watching. Love with wisdom because that's the love that truly nurtures. Teach with patience because growth takes time. And sacrifice with joy, knowing the profound impact you're having. Because being a great father isn't about achieving some unattainable standard of perfection. It's about presence, it's about purpose, and it's about perseverance. Keep showing up, keep loving, keep leading. You are the unsung heroes, and your legacy will echo for generations to come. God bless you, fathers.